Welcome to Things to Invest, where we talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As a recording time of 1:03 p.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $3,750, up about 1.08% so far. As you can see clearly on the overall crypto market, the altcoin side of the house is a little bit more bearish in comparisons to the key coins, which are both up respectively, but more of like on a flat perspective. And on the equity side, we are seeing some normalization, right, from the massive rally or sector rotation that we've incurred yesterday, driven by most of the Chinese stocks and also with respect to the small cap high growth stocks, which was, obviously more prone to volatility due to the lower price entry level and more just, it's more popular among retail investors, which subsequently give a little bit more of a, I guess in a psychological perspective, more vulnerable for ups and downs, which also provides a great vessel and instrument, if you may, for hedge funds to, either pump or dump on their respective portfolio. And obviously, with respect to yesterday, because we are still within the window dressing time period, we are on the green side of the coin, right? So subsequently yesterday, across multiple Chinese stocks and also obviously the small cap high growth stocks surged relatively nicely, right? So today's the last day of the year, right, on December 31st of 2021. And this is also my last video that I'm posting for this year. So I just want to say thank you ahead for such a wonderful, I would say 6 to 7 months so far that I've been spending with you guys. I'm still relatively new to YouTube, right? But I'm just so thankful for the friendship and the family that we're cultivating together. This is slowly becoming a big part of my life, and I'm seeing my friends and family that I'm engaging and talking to on a daily basis. I just I'm so lucky to have you guys in my family, right? And right now, what we're seeing right now in the momentum perspective is relatively flat, which makes sense, right? Yesterday was a relatively more of a huge pump already. Do we see another one? That's kind of stretching it, right? So today is also on the cusp of a weekend, right? So when people are fleeing away, from investing, taking profit for year end, or it could be another perspective, right? A tax write off because they have probably bought in at the peak and they probably want to just like write it off because for tax purposes or just like for whatever tax that they need to incur for the year end. So today would be the perfect time for it. So some profit taking, also some tax, I guess, maneuver, and at the same time normalization from yesterday, right? So three of those catalysts drive the current level that we're seeing right now. But we're still ending on a green note, which I believe will be. It's just more of a normalized one, right? Psychologically, it will be difficult for us to keep surging without any specific catalyst, right? And on the media front, I expect today is going to be relatively more of a non-active day, which makes sense, right? Publication companies also have a life, right? They, journalists, they work, night and days. Obviously, news is never something that is, you want to produce news because of timing that you have decided is an active live thing, right? So, but today we're seeing, some more, just more of a quantitatively not as not that many in comparisons to like a typical Friday, if you may, right? So just looking at some of the news real quick, I see that there are a couple of news. I would just say three specific ones. So the first one's on CNBC about 15 minutes ago, talk about Bitcoin slumps offer tax play for investors. This is exactly what I talked about, right, with respect to a tax write-off, right, because of the, people run out of patience or they just need to maybe pay their rent or car payment, or they want to just like write off a part of their holding in one side of the portfolio, but they are up on the other side of the portfolio. So it's kind of net. So they don't have to pay that much capital gains tax because of obviously the rebalance, right? And then the next one is talk about with respect to Bazinga, another mixed signal news. Talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum crack below support. What's the next level? And I think what they're talking about, as I'm reading into it, is basically as we broke support yesterday from the 3,843, which is the technical support that is substantive, right? We're hovering in between the lines of 3,650 versus 3,843 or 3,850, right? We're in between. So this is just a comfort level. And right now we're just basically gliding away, right? And I foresee today we might see a little bit more sell off as we head towards late of the day around like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Especially on the equity side because we surged up so nicely yesterday. People taking profit as the market closes. It's just logical, right? For psychological reasons, so you feel good, with that safe haven affectation, with this combined with weekend. So it's just like a perfect timing, and that's how I believe that, psychologically, if I put my shoes in like retail investors' mindset, that's what I foresee them to be doing, right? I don't think people want to be worrying too much about what's going to be happening on Monday as New Year's, come arise, and it could be on the other side of the coin, right? So I think taking profit is always the honorable thing to do. And I know some of my friends here ask me, like, is it a good time to take profit? Is it a good time to sell? Ultimately, it's up to your risk aversion, your tolerance, and how much cash reserve you have on the side, right? If you believe that you need some cash right now, and you believe that you have made good amount of profits, and it's an honorable thing to do. It's never wrong to take profit, right? So hopefully this is helpful. So let's just dive right into the technicals right now. It's my last one, so it's a little bit of a, I guess, I don't know, a moment for me. I guess a nostalgic moment, which doesn't quite make sense because I've only done this for such a short time. But the friendship I've been building so far just very it just inspires me every single day and motivates me every single day to be pushing for us and make us better and make us more successful. And it just gives me a lot of joy for me to be passing on the knowledge that I have to people that I consider my friends, right? So with respect to current level, we are again right in between the levels of 3,850 to 3,650, just gliding away right now. Do I see more sell-off coming? Again, right with the 41 out of 70, so relatively depleted already. We are forming some curvature upward, so more upstreams would be more likely than actually more downstream. Knowing the fact, remember, we've been selling off for a long time, for about a month. I mean, if you even count like from November 9th, so it's basically like approximately exactly a month, a little bit more than a month, right? So I think right now is the perfect point for us to incur some risk, right? Especially on the RSI perspective, on a technical perspective. Again, never lies, right? So it's the logical thing to do, and I'm very fortunate and very happy that some of you guys actually took the logical risk from there, right? No need to thank me, like you did the right thing. Right, Bitcoin's currently up about 0.5%. At the moment, it's just same thing, hovering in between, right, the 47,300 to versus the 44, right? We're in between, basically the 46. So this is exactly in a comparable level in terms of momentum. But it's a weird thing that MACD's on top of the signal line. So seems like Ethereum is a little bit more bullish in comparisons to Bitcoin in just like a technical perspective. But still, we are in a good logical risk level to incur right now, so it's not terrible, right? Dogecoin 17 cents, just flat at the moment. Anywhere from, again, right, 16 to below is still better level for us. Cardano's now up 2%, and anywhere from 133 to 119 or 120 is still good. And I think we will get there because of the fact that we're about to form a def cross slowly. We're still at the upper echelon of the neutral level, so not terrible, not the best. Again, Cardano, 120 is the dip, I would say. So place your order, and I think that would be logical. Solana, 155, 130, 133, 113 are still the dips from here. Right now, we're about to form a def cross, so yeah, but I don't see it's going to be huge sell-off. 155 would be the dip, so I will place my order from there. XRP is currently down about 1.25% right now. We just formed a def cross recently, so at the 42, so we're not going to sell off like significantly, but I think 78 to 75. I don't see 69 because of how low we are already, but 75 is fair game, right? So I think 78 to 75 would be good level to incur risk. Polkadot is now about close to 4% right now. Anywhere from 26 to below will still be the good level. I think right now we have a real shot doing it because we're about to form a def cross, and right now it's not terrible. right? But not the best either, so I'll just probably stay off. ALGORAND's down about 2%, selling, normalizing, which makes sense, right? Because we could see clearly we could not break 180, right? We broke 170, we broke 170 for like a brief second, literally, like not even like an hour, just like a couple minutes. You could see we consolidated around like the 165, right? Contemplating, right? It took us some time to break 160, which we got to, and the subsequent leap up, right? Because it's like a flat number, and you could see clearly with this psychological momentum, it's mainly driven by retail investors, so it's not the best again, right? So I would just probably just wait until we cool back to 135 to below from here. Shiba Inu is up about 0.2%, anywhere from 2,900 to below would still be the better levels. MacTag is up about 1% right now, 175 to 143 is still better level for us. We formed a def cross, 60 out of 70, so very overbought, high risk, not the most favorable for us. 175 to 143 is still better level for us. AVAX up about 5%, 81 to 60 is still better levels. We're the 50 out of 70, so we form a def cross, that's why we sold down, but we're going to see more sell-off, I think. We're probably going to consolidate a little bit more because we are about like the 100 mark, but still not a best level for us, right? I think we want to be in a discount, especially not on the day that we're up 5%. And I think this is mainly driven by retail investors again, right? And as you could see that it will be a tough one for us to crack 110 because of consolidation above, right? So I think 81 to 60 is still better level for us. Luna, yeah, probably just not buying it right now. This is still very overbought, 60 out of 70, right? Again, 62, I think fair level first, 75, right? That's a fair level, it's okay, right? 62, 52, 45 would still be the best level that I will be incurring it. And then Enron, right now at the 239, so we're back to like, still oversold with the 40. So yeah, I think Enron is relatively good. We're basically at the bottom, pretty much, on an RSI perspective. Technical has been over, like you saw how stretched we were when we got all the way to 541. We will get to 541 eventually, someday in the future, because of whatever historically has performed for us reflects the future performance, right? And that's something that I've noticed over time, right? But is it going to take a long time for us to get there because it's a rotation, it's a cycle? I don't think we will get to 500 anytime soon. Right now, we're basically in the graveyard mode, if you may. So, but incurring risk right now would be much better than when we're chasing it, right? This is a lot of chase and a lot of emotions in play. You could see clearly how stretched up. This is basically like a bipolar person's psychological chart, if that makes any sense. So hopefully this is helpful. I think right now it's not terrible. In respect to risk management level, these are the final revisions that I have for the year end for 2021. And you can see that Enron is also within the frame of fair and attractive. So it's not terrible. I think we are in the attractive level right now. So feel free to take your risk management levels in an executive manner. So it's been a wonderful one for 2021. I really look forward to seeing you guys in New Year's. It's only tomorrow, but I know it's already New Year's in some respective countries. But Happy New Year's to you, and it's been just a pleasure. So this is my last one. I'm signing off. I'm actually going to head out to take my parents out for a lunch, a New Year's lunch. So hope you guys all have a great one with your loved ones and families and friends. And stay tuned for the next one. I will see you in the new year. Take care.